In the perfect world, everyone would use their real identity. Everyone would be nice to each other and respect each other. There would be no bad people. But that is not the world we live in. In the real world, there are many legitimate reasons normal people may need an alternative online identity. In a previous video we outlined 7 reasons why a normal person might need an online alter ego. In this video, we will address some of the arguments against the use of fake accounts. There are some people that believe the information on how to create and safely operate an online alter ego should be suppressed, for fear it might be used for nefarious purposes. We will look at 5 major areas of concern. We will consider how the availability of the information in the online alter ego guide might affect each of these. We will ask the question, would it make these concerns worse? Or provide people with a way to better protect themselves against these concerns? 1. It could be used by cybercriminals. Let's be clear about the purpose of the guide. The guide does not teach people how to hack. The guide does not show people how to commit identity theft. The guide does not show people how to create new legal identities that could be used to commit fraud. All the guide does is show people how to protect their privacy and online anonymity by using an online alter ego. The guide will enable people to better protect themselves against hacking, cybercrime and identity theft. Cybercriminals will not find anything in the guide they do not already know. 2. It could be used by terrorists. The threat of terrorism has little to do with fake accounts. Terrorists already have their own networks where they share information on how to conceal their identities. Terrorists will not find the guide helpful. 3. It could be used by pedophiles. Almost every country in the world has law enforcement actively working to identify and prosecute pedophiles online. For the most part, they have been successful in cleaning up the internet, and have forced pedophiles onto the darknet, where they have created their own support communities. They educate each other on how to conceal their identity. Pedophiles will not find anything in the guide they do not already have access to. 4. It could be used for hate speech. As a father of mixed-race children, I am also concerned about real hate speech. I want my children to grow up in a tolerant society. This includes being able to safely go online. I am also concerned about people's right to privacy and anonymity. While there is potential for the information in this guide to be used by people espousing hate speech, major online service providers already have processes in place to deal with hate speech. Accounts are being cautioned, suspended and even banned for breaches of community standards. This process works equally effectively with accounts in real or fake names. 5. It could be used for online harassment. Online harassment is an aspect of normal human interaction. There is always going to be conflict. There is a small percentage of the population that will act on that conflict in the form of online harassment. Online harassment comes in many different forms, with many different motivations behind it. It can be bigotry in the case of hate speech. It can be driven by a personal vendetta. It can be a selfish desire to discredit a rival. It can be a personality disorder, as is the case with trolls, cyberbullies and stalkers. Online harassment is a very complex topic. I know, because in 2013, I wrote a book on how to deal with all forms of online harassment. And a revised 2018 edition of the book is included with the online alter ego guide. While there is a potential for the information in the guide to be used for online harassment, having an online alter ego can play a major role in protecting people against online harassment. Conclusion. We can see that making the information in this guide available to normal people will not assist cybercriminals, pedophiles or terrorists, because they already have this information. In fact, the guide will help normal people to protect themselves from those concerns. While there is some potential for it to be used for hate speech and online harassment, the reality is that determined individuals wanting to use fake online identities to harass people will find this information for themselves. Suppressing this information will only ensure that it stays in the hands of people with bad intentions, leaving normal people vulnerable. An online alter ego can help protect people against online harassment and hate speech. The bottom line is we are only taking information that is already freely available online, and making it accessible to normal people. The benefits and protection far outweigh any potential risk. To find out how to create and safely operate an online alter ego, Visit www.onlinealterego.com before it's too late.